In this video, I'll be testing the mobile data speeds of Latvia's major operators, LMT, Teledivi and Bitte. We'll compare their performance both in Riga and out in the countryside. Let's see who delivers the best speeds across the country. First of all, we are gonna start the tests in Riga. When doing these tests, I was located in the shopping mall called Olympia. It might be a bit slower than being in an open area, but it is a good place to get an idea of what the speeds could be in the city center, since they have a lot of people too. Disclaimer, these tests have been done in different locations. Speeds might change due to this. To start off, I'm gonna be testing the LMT 5G speed on the Vanchu bridge. So as you saw from that speed test I did on Vanchu bridge, it reached 330 megabits per second and the upload speed was about 33 megabits per second. Ping was good, even going down to the 15s, which is good, especially on a mobile device. Alright, now I will test the LMT 5G speed inside the Olympia Mall. So as you saw from this LMT 5G speed test inside that mall, you can see that the download speed is really good, if not amazing, but the upload speed is definitely suffering and it is definitely not that good. But the download speed is like 400 megabits per second, while sadly the upload speed is like 2 megabits per second. Now let's head to Teledivi. Teledivi actually did pretty good for what I know it for. Almost 250 megabits per second is really good. Ping wise, it wasn't looking too good and it was around 20 milliseconds. Upload speed also wasn't that good and only reaching 4 megabits per second. Alright, we did LMT, Teledivi. What was left? Yes, Bitte, my favorite one. Let's see how their network performs over here. Unfortunately, it seems that the Bitte network in Olympia Mall was really underperforming. I usually would expect speeds close to at the least 500 megabits per second on their network, but it seems that this place really wasn't a good place for Bitte's 5G network. It did reach 80 megabits per second though, but comparing that speed to LMT and Teledivi makes it sound really small. Unfortunately, I didn't record the upload speed. Silly me. Alright, we did the tests in Riga. Let's now examine the speeds and see which mobile operator performed the best. LMT got about 300 to 400 megabits per second download and 2 to 33 megabits per second upload. Teledivi got about 250 megabits per second download and about 2 megabits per second upload. Bitte got 80 megabits per second download and unfortunately the upload is unknown, but it should be around 5 megabits per second. So by what I see, LMT seems to have performed the best in Riga, reaching 400 megabits per second download and 33 megabits per second upload. In second place, we would have Teledivi, 250 megabits per second download and 2 megabits per second upload. In third place, we have Bitte with 80 megabits per second download and unfortunately unknown upload. So now that we have tested out the mobile operators in Riga, it's time for the countryside tests. I will be doing the countryside tests in Mālpils, which is a town located in Sigulda municipality. The population in this town is roughly around 1,000 people, so it does count as the countryside. This town does have 5G. LMT has had 5G here for a pretty long time, and Bitte just released it a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, Teledivi doesn't have 5G here, but will have most likely soon, maybe even next year. Let's see the speeds in this town. Alright, let's start with LMT.
So I am currently located in Mālpils. As you can see, there is the LMT tower, and let's see the speed of it now. So I am connected to 5G and I am pulling 200 megabits per second, as you can see. Okay, now it's 300 megabits per second, so it's not actually that bad. Yeah, I mean the tower is right there, so it's not that it's not that good, but 300 megabits per second is still not that bad on an evening, on a Sunday evening. So, and also upload speed is like mid, it's like 37 megabits per second, so it's not that good. But yeah, let's see the detailed result. And lows of 12 milliseconds. That is not bad at all. Alright, so I'm currently located in Mālpils still, and I just tested the LMT tower, the speeds from that LMT tower, and now I'm gonna be testing the speeds from this Bitte tower slash Teledivi tower. It's not focusing, but anyways, let's see the Bitte 5G connection, because I'm connected to Bitte's 5G, and immediately it's already above LMT's 5G speed. It is already above their 5G speed, but it is around the same, but it's not that bad. Like, both of them have like identical speeds, pretty identical speeds, but it seems like Bitte will definitely have faster. I think Bitte definitely has a faster connection, and lows of 9 millisecond ping. Low of 9 millisecond ping. That is amazing, especially on a phone. Okay, so I'm still located in Mālpils, and now I'm gonna be testing Teledivi 4G speed. Last time I tested it in like around this time, it was getting like 8 megabits per second. So now let's see the speed of Teledivi 4G now. So immediately I can see a difference. It is not still a good speed, but I'm getting like 25 megabits per second, actually near 30 megabits per second, which is not bad, especially for that I was getting like 8 megabits per second last time I tested it. So they've definitely improved a lot.
Alright, we did the speeds in the countryside. Let's examine them now and see which of the operators did best. LMT got around 380 megabits per second download on 5G, and upload was 40 megabits per second on 5G. Teledivi got about 30 megabits per second download on 4G and 35 megabits per second upload on 4G. Bitte got around 500 megabits per second download on 5G and about 25 megabits per second upload on 5G. So now let's see which of the mobile operators performed the best. Bitte gets the #1 spot with 500 megabits per second download with 25 megabits per second upload. LMT gets the second spot of 380 megabits per second download with 40 megabits per second upload. Teledivi gets the third spot with 30 megabits per second download with 35 megabits per second upload, showing signs of heavy congestion on the network. Well, I hope you learned something new in this video today. If you have moved into a new house or are planning on getting a new operator / ISP, I'd recommend using LMT and Bitte because they usually have the best speeds. Use Teledivi as your last resort if both of those options aren't good enough. If you really want the best speeds at home, I recommend that you install an external antenna. If you live in a suburban area, you would be good enough with an omnidirectional antenna. If you live in the countryside, use directional antennas for the best performance. And before mounting them, find the best spot on your roof where to mount them using a signal strength app. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like it or maybe even subscribe, because that would help out this video and my channel out. Have an amazing day. Peace.